Hello, Standard 10. Your Arun sir. I'm going to teach biology, revision of chapter 9, the excretory system. And this revision is part 2. We have discussed about the structural and functional unit of kidney, and that is nephron or renal capsule. The nephron we have discussed. Now, let us discuss about the structure of the nephron. See here, this is a cup set structure, and this cup set structure is the Bowman's capsule. Okay. Now, and here convoluted part is there, and then U-shaped. Again convoluted part is there. Now let us discuss. This one is Bowman's capsule. And from the aorta, dorsal aorta, renal arteries come out. Okay. And as efferent arteriole, artery breaks to form arteriole. As efferent arterioles, it enters here and breaks into capillaries and comes out as efferent arteriole. Now try to understand. This part is glomerulus, and glomerulus and Bowman's capsule together, glomerulus and Bowman's capsule together, they are called as Malpighian capsule or renal capsule. This together, Bowman's capsule and glomerulus, this together is called as Malpighian capsule or renal capsule. You may be asked about this. Spelling is very important. Bowman's capsule and glomerulus together, they are called as Malpighian capsule. We have discussed about this convoluted part, which is nearer to the Bowman's capsule, is called as proximal convoluted tubule. In short, PCT, proximal convoluted tubule. And the part which is U-shaped in the middle is called as Henle's loop or loop of Henle. Henle's loop. And this convoluted region is called as distal convoluted tubule. Short DCT. And it is the collecting duct. Now, try to understand. This part is clear. Structure of the neuron. And what happens? This one is the efferent arteriole. See here, efferent. And this one is the efferent arteriole. Efferent. Now, see, afferent arteriole must be wider and efferent arteriole must be narrower. Okay. As it proceeds further, it breaks and forms secondary capillaries or vasa recta. form secondary capillaries or vasa recta. And very clear. Now, structure we have understood. This knot like mass is called as glomerulus. Vasa recta or secondary capillary we have understood. Coming to the, see dear children, in short I am revising. Once more, let me say. Now, function of kidney. We have discussed that function of kidney, main function is to produce urine by filtration of the blood, production of urine. And 3 steps are there in the production of urine. What are those 3 steps? The 3 steps are ultrafiltration. There are 3 steps in the production of urine: ultrafiltration, reabsorption and tubular secretion. Ultrafiltration, tubular secretion, reabsorption, and then reabsorption and tubular secretion. Let us discuss these 3 steps in detail. Okay. Ultrafiltration. See what I have told, that this is the Bowman's capsule. This is the Bowman's capsule. Afferent arteriole breaks into capillaries, and this is efferent arteriole. See here, afferent arteriole is wider. Afferent arteriole is wider comparing to efferent arteriole. What will happen? The blood will enter more and will come out less. As a result, high pressure is developed here. Hydrostatic pressure or high pressure. Okay. And due to this high pressure, the liquid part of the blood comes in the Bowman's capsule. That is not urine. That is glomerulus filtrate. Try to understand, that is not urine, that is glomerulus filtrate. Now it contains many important things like water, urea, salt, glucose. Very clear? This contains glucose, water and urea, salt, such type of things. Now second step is reabsorption. What happens in reabsorption? Now one very important question. Why afferent arteriole is wider comparing to the efferent arteriole? To create hydrostatic pressure or to create high pressure so that liquid part of the blood may come out. That is clear. And second step we were discussing reabsorption. The important part, which is glucose, salt like sodium, okay, it is absorbed, and water, it is absorbed so that normal concentration of the blood is not disturbed. The important part is absorbed, and now whatever left, that is put into the collecting duct, and that is the urine. Very clear? Third step is the tubular secretion. Substances like potassium ion, drugs like penicillin, and other drugs, they passes through they are not filtered, they are not come to the urine, and this passage involves the activity of the cells of tubular wall. Okay, these are the tubes, DCT, PCT, loop of Henle. The passage involves the activity of the tubular wall, hence it is called as tubular secretion. So, three steps we have understood: ultrafiltration, reabsorption, and tubular secretion. Now, excretion of urine, dear children, in urinary bladder, when more urine is collected, because they pour their secretion into the pelvis, from pelvis through the ureter it goes to the urinary bladder, and under the impulse of brain it is thrown out. So the process of throwing out or passing out the urine by the help of urethra under the impulse of brain is called as micturition. Very clear? So definition of micturition may be asked. Now coming to the other part, physical properties of urine. In physical properties of urine, its color, and you are knowing that clear yellow color is due to the presence of a pigment, and the name of that pigment is urochrome. Generally, we produce 1 to 1.5 liters of urine per day. pH is 5 to 8. Okay. And due to presence of protein, it becomes acidic. Now, on a standing, urine becomes strong due to bacterial action, and fresh urine does not contain such type of bad odor. When it stands, poor odor due to bacterial action, it is developed. So that part is clear. Now constituent of urine, organic and inorganic constituent may be asked in odd one out. Organic constituent urea, creatinine, uric acid and other, and inorganic sodium chloride, potassium chloride, ammonia and others. That part is clear. Now abnormal constituent of urine. Normal constituent we have discussed. Abnormal constituent, first thing, that is hematuria. Abnormal constituent, hematuria. If blood comes with the urine, sometime it may happen. How this blood comes, either due to kidney stone or any type of infection in urinary tract, the blood comes with the urine, and that condition is called as hematuria. Second condition is the glycosuria. Due to diabetes mellitus, if the urine is loaded with sugar, then that condition is called as glycosuria. Next is albumin. And albumin is a protein, and due to high blood pressure or increased permeability of the Bowman's capsule, due to bacterial action, infection by bacteria, albumin protein may be passed out with the urine, and that is albumin. And bile pigment. Due to anemia, hepatitis or jaundice or liver cirrhosis, urine may contain bile pigment. If urine contains bile pigment, that is abnormal condition of the urine. Now, one more thing we have discussed, and we have discussed about antidiuretic hormone or vasopressin. Antidiuretic hormone, if less amount, it is secreted from the pituitary gland. If less amount of antidiuretic hormone or vasopressin is secreted, a disease called as diabetes insipidus, and the urine is tasteless. Frequent urination takes place, more amount of water is not absorbed, less amount of water is absorbed by the kidney, and the disease diabetes insipidus develops. So this part is clear. Now, osmoregulation, the regulation of osmotic pressure of the blood. And two give reason questions are very important. One is, we urinate fewer times in summer than in winter, and the urine passed is slightly generally thicker. The reason is that in summer, by the perspiration, by sweating, we lose a considerable part of water. In summer days, due to perspiration, we lose a considerable part of water, and kidney has to absorb more water. As a result, the urine becomes more concentrated and thicker. And what happens in cholera? In cholera, lose of more amount of, due to vomiting and due to loose motion, more amount of water is lost through the body. As a result, urea is deposited in our body, and a disease called uremia is developed. And if not treated, urea is poisonous, it may lead to death. And glucose saline drip is the treatment, or ORS through the mouth in the case of cholera. And last part let us discuss, and that is the artificial kidney, that is dialysis. The blood from the body is taken out, filtered outside, and then again it is sent to the body. The work of the kidney is done by the machine, and that process is called as dialysis. So this was the revision related to excretory system, and you must have understood today up to this much. Thank you very much.